when it comes to phobias, I typically don't have too many phobias, I guess, at least that I am aware of. But spiders are something that sometimes bother me. I guess it all depends. I've actually had a few tarantulas, domesticated tarantulas, I guess you could call them. Had them for years and years and years, and they never bothered me one bit. But I actually had a dream that it's really it's really hard to explain, because I was some kind of a miner, and I was looking for ore or something, and I ended up coming across it was almost like an Arizona desert type setting, and I knew that it was hot because I could feel the sweat going down my face, and I was just I had that hard hat on with the light, and I was just looking for ore, thinking that I could find it in the ground or whatever, and I had this metal detector attached to my hip, and I looked out in the distance, and I could see this piece of wood sticking out of the ground, and I walked over to it, and I knew that it was some kind of like an underground storage or something, and I hoped that it would be like a back door to a secret mine shaft or something like that. And basically, I took my pickaxe, and I was beating away at the wood or whatever, and it opened up this this cave thing. And I remember I leaned down and I looked down inside the hole, and it had like a musty smell to it. It was cold, and I didn't really want to be down there. So what I ended up doing was I dropped my gear right there, and then for some reason it almost felt like quicksand, because I started to slide into this hole or whatever it was that was down there. And I remember I felt really scared at first because I didn't want to be down there. But I ended up falling down, and all around me, when I got my flashlight out and I looked all around me, and there were spiders everywhere, and they looked wicked. I mean, they absolutely looked almost cartoonish because they were so wicked. I can't explain it. Their eyes were just really big, and they reflected in the light, and I could see the venom like hanging from their fangs. They were really big spiders, and I got really scared at that point, and I looked down, and I could feel all of the web that was around, and I said to myself, as long as I don't move, they're not going to come after me. And I was turning my head around trying to see, and I was trying to steadily move my body while I'm not moving my my feet, just to see if there was a way out besides the one way I came in. And I started hearing these sounds, and the sound was the same sound as in the movie Aliens, when they are all in the underground area where they first encounter the actual aliens, and you can hear the sounds of the aliens moving, and they're looking all over the place like, what's going on? And it was that exact same sound. And I remember I pulled out a knife. I had a knife, and I was getting ready basically for combat for these spiders. And it was at that very moment that I ended up waking up. And it was one of those dreams where when you wake up, you kind of you think that there's spiders or whatever around. And I remember I sat out of bed, and I just kind of, just for a second, and I could almost see, or I was hallucinating or imagining spiders that were on my arms, and almost could feel them. And that happens to everybody, where you just wake up and something like that happens. But I don't really have too much of a phobia of spiders. Certain spiders, of course, freak me out, but for the most part, it's not too bad, really. But yeah, so strange dream.